Bestables, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Kush's Corner. You're here with me today. Today we're going to do a little talk about like my favorite series that I like to watch. But let me give you guys an outfit of the day. We're not going outside today because they're doing construction. So if you hear outside noise, just bear with us. Bear with me. Bear with me. We're gonna have to have a brief intermission, right? I was gonna do like a beverage situation, but let me show you my outfit first. Okay, I'm gonna go backwards, right? So I have this t-shirt, right? It's called Book Lovers Social Club. It's really cute. And then I'm like wearing an overall. So I'm gonna go backwards. I still haven't figured out, Bestables, how to do the OOTD properly. You're just gonna have to bear with me. It's just gonna be a theme of this channel. Like what? I was just doing an OOTD. If you guys didn't know, I am a certified housewife, like certified like stay-at-home daughter. So I'm going to mop the floor. But I need to let go because the wrist is a little bit shaky. She's a little bit like manic, like ready to explode. So I gotta do this before I get to talking to you guys about my favorite series of all time. Okay. The key when you're about to wash the dishes, right, is to make sure that you put all your solutions inside, and then you have to have like hot water. That's the key, besties. Please do right by your people. So if you want a clean house, you want it to smell fantastic. Usually I'm a lazy girl, right? But like before you mop, just have a little bit of a sweep situation, right? Trying to be quick as possible so that you can still have some great alone time to do the things that I love, which is reading. Okay, so typically like when I clean, like cheat clean, where you're just like sweeping and mopping, you're basically just doing the areas where people can see mess. Everything else, that's not your business. We've swept. Time for zip up. Let's get the bucket. What's up? Oh! Not me wasting water. Chill. Chill. Shocker of the life. Seen that mopping to perfection. Bestables, just finished with the kitchen, but I am cooking dinner tonight. My neighbor is so annoying. He's so annoying. He always want to give issues, but I have to take out the meat to defrost, so that by the time I come and cook, no assistance is needed. I'm wondering what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like a cabbage kind of mint situation with rice. I think I could make it really delectable with some potatoes, like lemon herby potatoes. But like, let me scour it like. There are like people in our yard because they're fixing a wall that collapsed between me and my neighbor, and I'm mopping the floor and I just realized I am not going to be able to like walk around the house and get in the house through the other door because there's construction workers all over the yard. So I'm just going to sit here and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Because I'm a hot commodity, besties, and I just don't need men trying to lust over me when they're trying to do their job. That's just what I'm saying. A little bit dark here because the curtains are closed because they're doing construction, as I've been saying. so please just bear with the lighting. I thought before, and also the floor is wet, so I can't make a little beverage situation for you guys, and I can't get myself a little something to eat. So I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update of what I'm currently going to do throughout the next 40 days. So on Ash Wednesday, I decided that I was going to kind of like for the 40 days leading up to Christ's crucifixion, Jesus' crucifixion, I was going to try and spend each of those 40 days being very intentional and trying to grow in my faith and connect with Jesus. And I've never really fasted. It's not really something that in my church that we kind of do. So I thought that, you know what, the reasoning behind fasting is really good. So I decided that I'm going to try and read books that do not have spice. A little bit of a challenge for your girl, because I really do love my spicy books. I love a little good. I don't like you to tease me and fade to black. Don't fade to black. Show me. Open the curtain. I want to see it. I want to be within. So I thought maybe, like, because the majority of the books that I read are very spicy. Not to say that all of them are like 5 spice, like spice on another level. Some of them are just moderate, you know. But like I read a lot of books that have a lot of spice, so I thought maybe reading a book that has little to no spice would do me so good. And like so far, this is the journal that I use. You see, it says Kuhle's Bible Journal of Reflection, Repentance and Renewal. And basically every day for the past few days, right, I have around 10:30 until like 11:45. It's me and my Bible. I've been reading the Psalms, I've been reading John and Matthew. So I think it's just been giving me a great overall view and understanding of so you see, I got like Ash Wednesday, day 1, and then I read the sermon and the scripture, I make sense of it, and then I ended off with a little bit of a prayer. I'll be like a prayer, and then I'll do like basically me praying instead of me closing my eyes and being like, Heavenly Father, I come to you today, Lord. I do it like that, and it's been going so well. I've been very consistent. Granted, it's been 5 days, but it fills my cup, you know. And I've been using this beautiful, gorgeous pink Bible that my brother got me for my birthday. That's already passed. So that's basically what I've been doing. So I did manage to read a closed door romance book immediately when Ash Wednesday started, and that was Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. I will put it here. Wow, 5-star read. I was like, this is what happens without the absence of spice. You get the push, the pull, the tug. Life just seems worth living. It was fantastic, besties, and I will do like a proper review of it probably like towards the bit of the week, but fantastic. But then I do want to say I did fall off. I read a mafia romance book, and if you know a mafia romance book, you know that it has spice. I couldn't help myself, besties. I couldn't help myself. I just felt like I needed to read this book. It needed to touch my soul. I needed something like that. Forgive me, but like I'm trying to be back on track. I'm trying, but I'm reading a black romance book now, where the first chapter might have been a little bit spicy, but I was like, boss babe, she's strong. I love it. Representation. So we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to see how it alters my faith if I like during this time that I'm using to connect with the Lord, if it alters the way that I connect with him by reading spicy books. I don't know, because I do feel like I've been spending a lot of time within the words. Praise Jesus, hallelujah, amen. But yeah, those are the vibes. Now let's get into the real thing. Let's talk about my favorite book series of all time. And don't judge me for it, besties. This is a safe space. This is my corner. This is Kush's corner, and it's a safe space here. We don't judge here. You can judge in secret, but don't judge here. I know you're gonna regret this. I'm gonna show you where my favorite series is currently being held. Do not judge me. Okay. This is the bookshelf of the house. It's really huge. But as you can see, because this is my brother's bedroom, he has taken to running the bookshelf aesthetic. He really has. I'm gonna give you a glimpse of it, but like I'm gonna fetch my books and we're gonna speak about the books. That's the most important thing. Oh besties, this is I should have done 1 or 2 trips. I'm also not allowed to come into my brother's room without his permission. So this is why we're trying attending one shift. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There are my babies. There are my babies. Okay. So I decided that I'm going to start cooking. We currently do not have a stove. Chop. So we use a gas stove. It's like I'm meant to be a campus wife or something like that. I'm trying to decide, right? I want to do like this rice kind of cabbage mint situation. But then I opened here, right? And I was like, oh, the pasta, the spaghetti, like spaghetti. And I don't know what to do. So I think you ask the siblings. That's what I'm going to do right now. Yeah. So I asked the siblings and they said pasta. They said spaghetti. So those are literally the vibes. Let's get into making it. Yeah. So we're still shaping it up in the kitchen. The pasta's done, right? Finished long time ago. Now we're doing rice because my dearest and my aunt do not eat rice. I mean, do not eat pasta. So we're gonna make them their own separate starch. I'm gonna put a little bit of, maybe just enough for the 2 of them, in case they also want like a scuff tea, aka lunchbox. Because I make some busting food. I bust down in the kitchen. Now I'm trying to contemplate white rice, red rice, yellow rice. I'm thinking some honey rice will do it. So add a little bit of some Italian herbs, right? Mix it, mix it, mix it. Yup, that's it. Water, obviously. And this will take, it will take 15 to 20 minutes to get it to the point that I think it'll be crisp and cute. Put on the stove again. Let's go. Decrease, decrease. Put this on. Okay, now let me show you the chops for the mince. So we've got carrots, green pepper and onion, white onion, tomato, potato, a gravy, and then another gravy that we're going to do to add to make it delectable. Stick with me. This is for enjoyment once we have done finished cooking, right? But then spices, right? We've got raja, we've got cayenne pepper, we've got Italian herbs, we've got salt, we've got South Africa's very favorite like soy sauce, but it's Worcestershire, and then we've got oil, we've got sweet chili sauce, we've got barbecue spice, we've got black pepper, we've got sweet and sticky like marinade, and then we've got some sugar to balance the acidity from the tomatoes. And then obviously in the microwave we've got the mince defrosting, and we're going to make it within the pressure cooker because within 20 minutes it can be done and ready to consume and eat. And then obviously tonight we'll grate the we will like grate the cheese to sprinkle on top, and it will just be very delectable, besties. But like, yeah, we're chefing and it's like going for 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. 5 p.m. and your granny pop has not eaten anything and has not even had a little beverage to consume, which we need to rectify at the moment. But the construction is almost all finished, so luckily vibes are up now. Now the key with the great mints, right, is to continuously spice in the beginning, in the middle, in the end. Like if you're not sneezing, you didn't season. So currently this is the inside. Okay. She's looking delectable. It's time to add the mints. Okay, so now we've put the mints in. It's looking good. We've seasoned as well, right? And now you're just tweaking the flavors before you put the gravy. And it's giving what it needs to give, if I don't say so myself. Let me show you. A single daughter who works 2 jobs. Child. I am done like being a housewife until I have to pull food and like do mandatory family time. Here is my coffee. I don't want to spill it, so oh, she's too good. It's going for 5:45 and I still haven't eaten, so I got these delectable. Do you see how glazed they are? Mm. Sweet buns, lunch buns, like child, look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh, bread. I love bread so much. So much. Mm. Oh, these are my babies, Bestables. Child, this is my Roman Empire. This is everything to me. Like, yes, when I was in primary school, I read like Hunger Games. I read the Maze Runner series. I read Divergent. Child. But when I got to grade 8, when I was 14 years old, and the prescribed reading was The Lightning Thief, and we couldn't find it in the there was not enough books, so I had to go and actually physically buy it. And it came in a box set. My life was changed. Reading became everything to me. This, I will always trace back my love of reading starting with this series. And I don't care that this is meant for like preteens. I'm 24 years old and this world still means the world to me. When I read this book, it still means I still get goosebumps. So let's get started, besties. Oh, my babies. Is that too much weight on you guys? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Be good for mommy, okay? Be good for me, okay? Whew. Okay, so we start off, right? These novellas, which are nice, but no, read the books. We start off with the Percy Jackson series, nah? Perseus Jackson, right? There's actually 5 books. The reason why the last book is not here is because I borrowed it to a friend of mine and we're no longer friends, and the book never came back to me. Jail. It pains me because like I wanted to buy the 5th book, which is like The Lost Olympian, and the issue is they don't make it like this anymore. They have they've all been like republished and rebranded, so it's not cute. And I love the OG covers, right? It just sits so nice even on the shelf. Like, do you see this synergy? Okay, we start off with Percy Jackson, right? A half-blood, a demigod, basically half human, half godlike. His father is Poseidon, right? And he has been raised with his mom as a human. He never knew that he had some godlike abilities until he reaches the age of, I think, 12. When he's 12. Hold on, besties. Hold on. I need to. Yes, when he's 12 years old. Oh, memory game. When he's 12 years old, he realizes that he can see things that not everybody can see. Like, basically, he can see. How do I explain this world? He can see monsters. He can see like things that look mythical creatures, things that do not seem like real life, right? And that is when he immediately goes on the hunt. He finds Camp Half-Blood, which is a camp that basically raises all these demigods so that they can know how to use their powers and be right by the world, all those things, and like put the balance of the world right. And we just get Percy Jackson. In this book, everything. The chapter where he finds out he's Poseidon's son. Talk to me nice. I'm sorry. This 5 5 star read. I'm sorry, at that point when I was reading this, we didn't have those star ratings, but Percy Jackson, love of my life, love of my life. Then it ends on a cliffhanger. This is what a series is supposed to do. You're supposed to read book 1 and immediately need to go into book 2 to continue it. Not these standalone series, child. I love them, but child, where I grew up in the school of series, when you get to the last chapter, it sets up the bones for the next story, which leads us to Percy Jackson, the Sea of Monsters. Here we get Talia. Talia is Zeus's daughter, right? Zeus, the king of the sky. Listen. And she basically, they have to like rescue her. Oh no. At the end of like she ended up being a tree because of something. I can't tell you because it will spoil you. But she basically, her being a tree puts a force field around the camp and protects all the demigods. But it's poisoned at the end of the Lightning Thief. And because of that, Percy, Annabeth, and Grover have to go on a quest to go and find the thing that is going to heal the tree so that Tyler does not die. Besties. And that's where we get Tyson, which is Percy's cyclone brother. The way Percy was rejecting him killed me. This one confirmed everything I've ever thought about the Bermuda Triangle. Yes, it is it the best out of the whole series? No, but it's necessary for the rest of the series. And then at the end of the book, behold, Talia wakes up, right? So Talia wakes up at the end of the Sea of Monsters, right? Then we go to the Titan's Curse. This is where things get interesting, besties. This is where things get interesting. Also, I was like 14 reading this book, and it literally has 293 pages, and finishing this within hours. My mom was so shocked. She was like, girl, you better stop, because I don't have money to buy books, because it's expensive to buy books in SA, in South Africa. Okay, then we get the Titan's Curse, right? And then we find out that the Oracle has basically, the Titans are basically Poseidon, Zeus, Hades, like fathers, minions. Their father is trying to rise up from the dead and overthrow his sons from power, and basically the Titans are kind of his minions. Today we take the moon. Basically, right? So basically they have to try and stop this, right? But in this, Annabeth goes missing. So the book starts off with Percy obviously in high school, whatever, but nobody knows where Annabeth is. Basically, she's been captured by the Titans. And this is where the love story, it sprinkles throughout. Like, Annabeth is the child of Athena, the god of wisdom, the goddess of wisdom. And her and Percy are like cat and mouse, love it. Like, they just, friends to lovers, besties, friends to lovers. But either way, that's where we really start to see that Percy and Annabeth are a thing. Percy Beth is a thing. The bones of this, fantastic. At the end of this book, Talia decides that she's not going to continue her path as being a demigod. She's going to join Arithmetus, is like this. It's like this god of like females, of chastity, or like they badass warriors basically. And so now everything falls back to Percy, because now he's like, him and the big three children are like the most powerful, but now because she's relinquished her right to be that, it all falls back on Percy, right? All vibes. This book sets up the bones really great. Like, there's a scene where they're at Mount Olympus, right, which is the Empire State Building in New York, and Talia is going to like swear this oath to now like not to be a god forever, so she's not going to be like Percy and all these things. And literally, because Percy is so sometimes very slow, he doesn't realize it. He thinks that Annabeth is the one who was like giving up this life and going to be one with the womanhoods, and literally he loses his shit. He's like, no, Annabeth! And she's like, slow your roll, it's not me, it's Talia. Sit down. We get to what I call my personal favorite in the series, the Battle of the Labyrinth. This book will have your heart pulling at the heartstrings. It pulls at the heartstrings. I want to see how many pages. This book was 42 pages. 8 down. When I say Percy, like, oh yes, oh no, I can't tell you who the side enemy is, because that enemy like will have your jaw gasping, and it's important, so I can't tell you that because I don't want to ruin the experience for you, because you should be thinking about reading the series. Okay, how can it be besties if you don't do that? But basically, right, their monsters from the underworld have basically evaded their Camp Half-Blood, so they're not safe anymore. And now Percy is like really, he has to descend into the underworld and basically like try and figure out the thing that like the secret to killing off he's basically his grandfather. Yeah, basically his grandfather, like his father's dad. And so he's all in this thing. When I say shut up. I can't even think about this book without flashing. Oh my gosh, guys, when I say this series like turned my world upside down, made me fall in love with Greek and Roman mythology, like it's down. If you guys have suggestions for that, tell me, right? Either way, book 2 ends with like, we're now going to go to New York, Mount Olympus, because the war is started. Like, he has arrived, he has risen, they have awakened the Titan, basically like Poseidon, Hades, and Zeus's father, and now the war has begun and destruction. We don't want the prophecy to come into fruition. Okay, so that ends with the Battle of the Labyrinth. We know that, okay, we're going to war to the death. And then the Lost Olympian, which I don't have, so I'll add it within the space wherever it is, right? 8 down, the conclusion of everything. Child, I know I teared up. I know for a fact I teared up. I was just like, why? But it ended in the best way. Like, everything was worth it to get to the Lost Olympian. It was chef's kiss, right? And then the way it ends, right? You're like, cool, wonderful vibes, right? So at the end of every book, right, they tell you what series to read next. Then they say, oh yes, we have the Heroes of Olympus, right? I said, child, that's where I need to go next. So this one, I have the completed series. What? She's a star, she's a runner, she's a track star. Yeah, I have the completed series. And when I tell you, the series put me through the most. Sometimes I can't even start it because I know where I'm going, and I know the pain it put me through. Okay, I'm hungry, so just wait before I talk about the rest of the books. Okay. It's good. Stop making noise. Oh yes, too good. Yeah, I don't finish my coffee, but it's already halfway. Was I that thirsty? Wow. Okay, now the Heroes of Olympus. Book 1 will aggravate you. If you're like me, you love Percy Jackson. When you get to the Heroes of Olympus, the Lost Hero, the whole time, let me tell you how many pages is in this book. Oh no, this is a sneak peek. Chat, hold on. Chat, hold on. 551. Read this book in 2 days. And I put sellotape over it. Not sellotape, I mean sticky plastic, so it's like looking fantastic and the condition stays pure. When I tell you, the whole time you're at Camp Half-Blood, right? You're with your favorites, but Percy ain't there. It's this person on the cover. It's this man. I said, who the hell is this, right? I obviously read the back, and I said, I wonder who Jason is. I wonder who Piper is. I wonder who Leo is. The whole book, my man was nowhere to be seen. Annabeth was trying to find my man. Then these people come to our camp. They come to our camp, Camp Half-Blood. Jason comes to Camp Half-Blood and goes on a quest, and Grover and Annabeth are not in sight. I said hands. Hands, Rick, right on, hands. Turns out you have to go through a lot to find out. Jason is the son of Zeus, but he's the son of, what did they call Zeus in in Roman. I need the glossary, child. I need the glossary. Hold on. This is elevator music. Jupiter. He's the son of Jupiter. He's the son of Zeus. But from the Roman side, turns out that the Romans and the Greeks have never been able to get along. Naturally, that's history. We know those things. But literally, his camp... What is his camp called? I can't remember what his camp is called. That's how much I don't like the Roman camp. Even though they are cool ass. But like, literally, he is from camp... The Roman camp. They've been separated for generations, but because there's a new enemy and all those things, Annabeth's bloody mother took the heroes and the leaders of both the Greek and the Roman camps and swapped them. So at the end of this book, we realize that my man Percy is at the other camp. Literally, this is the last page, right, of this book, right? It says, okay. Who are you talking about? Says Leo. My boyfriend, Annabeth said grimly. He disappeared around the same time Jason appeared. If Jason came to Camp Half-Blood... Exactly, Jason agreed. Percy Jackson is at the other camp, and he probably doesn't even remember who he is. And I said no. Percy, I'm coming for you. And because this hope, I'm telling you, I will never love Jason. Get him out of my face. This is the reason why Jason doesn't have other books in this universe. He's not that great. Don't let them fool you, besties. Trust in me. This man is not it, because why does he not have other books? Why does he not appear in the other universes? The King Chronicles, the Trials of Apollo. Tell me. And why, when they become a fully fledged 6-8 army group, does this man think he's the leader? Bloody Romans. Let me tell you that. And we get to the son of Neptune, which is basically the son of Poseidon. He's Poseidon's son, but in the Roman camp, Poseidon is Neptune. Oh, and they hate Poseidon that side. Poseidon's seen as a deadbeat on the Neptune side. I said, oh, it's also funny because you get to see when their parents come, right? You don't see, he doesn't act like, Poseidon doesn't act like, because Percy and Poseidon have a wonderful relationship, right? They like really have like this father-son relationship. He really cares for Percy, which you're not allowed to show favoritism to your kids, right? As like the gods, right? But like when he's like Neptune, because he has like a split personality, so when he's Neptune, because it's his Roman side, the way he behaves to Percy, I know Percy was just annoyed with this man. I know Percy was just like, child, I can't believe we share DNA. So obviously when I saw my man Percy and like he's all you have to know about this book is that my heart was singing. Him getting he had amnesia, and you know I love amnesia down. That's my trope. I love it down. But when I say Percy, like regaining his memory, going on the quest, trying to figure out all these things, like making the Romans trust him was everything, to the point where they don't even trust Jason. They trust Percy. I said, yep, that's my man. A leader of every world. He is a boss, man. He is not meant to be an underling. Child. But the whole time, like, he gets memories of his time with Annabeth, and he can't even put his face to it. And like when he finally gets to talk to Annabeth, the way this book ends sets up book 3, The Mark of Athena, fantastically, which ties in with the 4th book for me. I'm just saying, this book ends beautifully with the people from the Camp Half-Blood, all the Jason and all of them making their way to the Roman camp to reunite with Percy and everyone. And I'm just like, eat down, talk to me, noise. Now we get to the Mark of Athena. Basically, we are primarily focused on our girl Annabeth, our boss babe Annabeth. When I tell you, They fed me. They didn't make me. They didn't drag the reunion between Percy and Annabeth. It was given in chapter 2, and I'm gonna read it for you. She says, then someone else appeared from the crowd, and Annabeth's vision tunneled. Percy smiled at her. That sarcastic troublemaker smile that had annoyed her for years, but eventually had become endearing. Right? Look, God, go down. During their separation, something had happened to Annabeth's feeling. They'd grown painfully intense, like she'd been forced to withdraw from a life-saving medication. Now she wasn't sure which was more excruciating, living with that horrible absence or being with him again. Never mind. Percy rushed towards her at the same time. The crowd tensed. It's a reunion between the Romans and the Greeks. They don't like each other, Some reached for swords that weren't there. Percy threw his arms around her. They kissed, and for a moment, nothing else mattered. An asteroid could have hit the planet and wiped out all of life, and Annabeth wouldn't have cared. Percy smiled of ocean air. His lips were salty. Seaweed brain, she thought giddily. Percy pulled away and studied her face. Gods, I never thought. And basically she flipped him over and all those things. And then she goes, if you ever leave me again, she said, her eyes stinging, I swear to all the gods. Percy had the nerve to laugh. Suddenly the lump of heated emotions melted inside Annabeth. And she goes, consider me warned, Percy said. I missed you too. Romance is not dead between these two. Percy Bethers everything. I'm telling you that. Wow. I love the dog. They're my favorite. And then obviously this book, they go through their quest. They're trying to figure out what they need to do basically to stop the force, the enemy that's got them all in a twist. And the book ends with Annabeth falling, let me tell you, into, is it hate, hold on, whatever, man, they've fallen in Tutorius, which is basically where they send all the enemies, like the evilest monsters, creatures banished. Everything goes to Tutorius. So Annabeth is pulled into there. Oh, and my man Percy, what does he do? Jumps in there right with her. He said, ain't no way I'm leaving my girl alone. To the death. You guys can't do it to Percy. You can't do it like Percy. So at the end of the book, it ends with them falling in. Percy and Annabeth have fallen into Tutorius, but they have to close the door from that side because the door's open in that underworld. So they have to bridge it, and everybody else, Jason and everybody else, has to go do it on the Earth side. 5-star. Now this one, the house of Hades. Percy and Annabeth ate down. I'm sorry. The thing about this book, this is the first time I feel like I read a book that had multiple perspectives. So you basically had like 6 point of views. And every time it was anyone other than Percy and Annabeth, I said, you better get off my page. I want to read about you. We're fighting for our lives there in Tutorius. In Tutorius, we're fighting to the death. We're at war. And you guys want to tell me about your stupid things, your fights with the monsters on Earth. Some of these monsters that Percy is fighting, Percy and Annabeth fighting, are ones that they took to Tutorius and banished in this series. In this series, besties. Can I tell you there's one area, right, where basically monsters curse you, right? And when you get into that section of Tutorius, you actually feel every curse they've ever put on you. I said it made me scared for real life. It made me say, watch your mouth, Grisha. You never know what you say about someone when you don't like them, and what people say about you when they don't like you. 8 down. 8 down. I will say I'm someone that holds a grudge, Bestables. If I don't like you, I'm gonna hold it to the end. And Jason, no matter how much you were doing, you weren't doing enough. Compared to my man Percy, you weren't doing enough. This was like 583 pages. Completed it within 3 days, besties. Remember, I was in school. I had to do this in between schoolwork and having a social life and being active. Child. It was everything. It was everything. And I loved it. And then comes to the conclusion of this storyline with the blood of Olympus. Ooh! The blood of Olympus, besties. Do you see it? They're all here. Now, do I have qualms because I'm pretty sure this is Jason and Percy's here? Yes, because he's not the bloody hero. I don't know what Rick was trying to do, but Jason, you are not it for me. I'm telling you. Jason and Piper, you could never be what Percy Beth is. And Rick really tried to. He really gave them so much screen time. He gave them so much pages. Either way, this book gave her a due to give. I am due for a reread, and I loved it. I loved it too much. I think at some point Percy decides, like Percy and Annabeth decide that they're so tired of this lifestyle of constantly like chilling. Like I think the Romans and the Greeks end up reconciling and being as one, and people end up being able to join into each world as they want. So at the end of this, Percy ends up deciding, him and Annabeth decided that listen, they just want to be normal kids. They've been chasing monsters since they were 12 years old and even younger, and it's just not it. Like they want to be normal people, have normal lives, and so they end up settling at like the Roman camp and going to university and having a life and all those things. But you know, it didn't last long because they make their appearances and have their more books. So child, yes. Oh guys, I can't even explain to you the love I have for this series. Moves me to tears, moves me to bloody tears, guys. I just, oh my goodness, it was everything and more. And I don't think there's a book character I love like Percy Jackson. I do not think till this day I'm obsessed with a character or love a character like I've loved Percy. And you can say what you want, Bestables. You can say everything that you want to. I don't care if this is meant for children. It's not. It's not. Maybe I was a child when I read this. This is literature. It's meant for all age groups to consume and enjoy. It is so educative. When I say the things I know about Roman Greek mythology, unmatched. But this is my favorite series of all time, and I need to go through it. And I'm trying to make, when I finally get like real employed, I really want to like buy the rest of the series, like the Shells of Apollo, the Kane Chronicles, Percy Jackson's new series with the Chalice of Gods and all those things, because this is a series that, should I ever be blessed to have my own kids, I will read this to them. I want to pass this down like a momentum, like child memento or whatever that thing is called, memorabilia or whatever it's called. But like literally everything to me, and everything to me. My best friend, like one of her series that she's like made her loved forever is like The Summer I Turned Pretty. She read it when the books were coming out, and it's everything to her, and so she loves the series and all those things. I still have to make my way through the series, and I think they did a good job. I don't like the movies of Percy Jackson. Let me get that straight. Logan Herman, who is Perseus, you are hot as hell, and I do think you can act, but I don't think they wrote the script for the movie adaptation good enough. But I think the series is kind of good. But that is it for me, besties. Thank you for spending the afternoon with me as a certified daughter, stay-at-home daughter, all those vibes, living to appease my mother and like living under her rules and just being a boss babe, I guess. I am going to literally watch my K-drama now that's giving me so much life. It makes me feel so good, and probably continue my black romance book. Yeah, and those are literally the vibes. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Let me know what type of videos you want to see, and like, yeah, till next time, Bestables, love and light.